Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today, I wanted to touch on the diversified mining companies. They've really pulled back from their, we'll call it, be 52-week highs. And what happens if we broke these large downtrends or patterns? They broke out, and now they're coming back to retest or backtest. And we're going to see if those retests hold. So that's kind of right where we're at right now. These things are paying pretty large dividends. So, I mean, this is a good way to play it, I think, if you want a dividend-paying, large, diversified mining company. So it's a lower risk, higher dividend payout on these companies. So let's look at the charts. Let's dive in. And again, this is just my financial opinion. Does not constitute as advice. But here we go. We got Vale, V-A-L-E in the upper left. We got the big downtrend that broke in 2016, the end of 2016, 2017. We went sideways. We broke this kind of sideways resistance line, broke up, kind of coming back to back test, I think. We've got a dividend yield of 19.4%. That's a massive dividend. And right here, I think it's looking, we'll look at I did some charts at the end of this that are zoomed in on all these, but we're just looking at the big picture at the top here. BHP's got a 13.3% dividend. We've got this line coming through and we're coming back and back testing. Let's see if this thing holds though. Rio Tinto, looking at this guy, 10.25% dividend. Draw the line across. We're coming back and doing a retest. At least that's kind of what I'm seeing. Norilsk Nickel, 7.44% dividend. We're moving on up and we're in this channel here. And everything's looking okay, at least in terms of being in the channel. South 32's, I don't know if it pays a dividend, I didn't see that, but it's been moving on up. So that one looks good. Southern Copper paying a 6.34% dividend. We've got a nice upper resistance line, now support line, so it broke out, it's coming back and back testing, and it's right there at that back test retest. And we've got Anglo American Platinum, which is another large diversified mining company. Here's the breakout, so it broke out, and we're coming back and doing a back test with that. So they're all basically at the back test retest position. Zooming in on the charts a little bit, instead of taking the big picture view, you can see we kind of tightened up in this pattern here. We consolidated after it, so we pulled back, pulling back, and I still don't see a bottom yet. So I don't know if I'd be jumping in just yet, but I'd like to see a bottom or a bullish engulfing or something to give us a signal that we're going to head higher. At least on Vale, I don't see it. BHP on the left here, we broke out of this pattern to the downside. We've been kind of bouncing lower. I don't see the pattern yet of a reversal. Rio Tinto, another pattern that looks a little bit different, and we've been heading lower here. I don't see a reversal pattern yet. It's not there. And Anglo American Platinum, we broke the uptrend line here, came down, created a pattern, broke that to the downside. We do have a bullish engulfing right here. We could see this thing starting to turn around at its current price. And then Norilsk Nickel, here we got a big old pattern here that I threw in, almost like a double top. Well, here's the pattern. Broken to the downside. I don't see a bottoming pattern yet, so I think it's going to take some time before these reverse on all of them. So they're paying massive dividends. It looks like they're doing a retest, back test, but I don't see on the short-term charts a necessary bottoming pattern. So I would be waiting for a bottoming pattern before entering these. If you guys want the dividend, then it's up to you. You can just go in and grab it if you'd like. But for me, I like to see things turn around. I do own all of these, and I bought them on the breakouts. Now they're coming back very close to almost where I bought on a lot of them. So would I add into them? Yeah, I would. I don't know if I'd do it this second. I'd wait for a bottoming pattern first and then buy into that strength coming on up. So that's kind of how I would do it. But that's the update on the diversified mining companies. And they're all of these, I think, that I showed you here are solid companies. I don't think any of them are weak So I think they're all good. So that's all I've got. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.